All right, Coach Ford, we are in the throes of Smoky Mountain Conference football season. You're just coming off of a emotional win against Swain County. What's it been like at practice this week coming off that win?
It's been good. The energy's been really good. A couple of weeks ago, our practices had kind of gotten stale, and we just challenged kids and told them, if we're only going to get better on Friday nights, then we're not going to be the team that we want to be. And so our practices started getting better, and you can tell kids enjoy practice. They're excited. These weeks like this are hard not to be excited for on Monday when you wake up.
Yeah, they are. You come off that emotional win, the last second field goal by Luck Savage to win it. How do you keep these guys hungry? I mean, I know, like you said, it's easy when you play when you're playing a game like this, but sometimes there's a little lull after something like that. How do you keep them going?
These kids it's 1 week at a time. In our conference, you have to have that mentality. It's like I told them after the game Friday, hey, enjoy this one tonight. Tomorrow, I said, but like I told them the week before, it's Swain week. Friday night, hey, it's Murphy week. Just keep it on their mind, and they know. I mean, they know how big these games are. They know how big this game's going to be at Murphy. They know the stadium will be packed just like it was at Big Oaks Friday night. And these kids, they know that we're not even close to where we need to be yet as far as peaking. So they show up to work, and they're getting better and better every day.
What are your feelings going into Friday night? You've been at home a lot this year. You're going on the road to Murphy, your first time as a head coach in this game. Just how you guys preparing? How do you feel heading into Friday night?
Well, home games are great. We love playing at Big Oaks, but home games are busy. We're 6 out of 7 at home to start the year this year, which means we're 6 out of 7 on the road next year to start. So, but it's football. It's Smoky Mountain Conference football. No matter if you're playing in a cow pasture, no matter if you're playing on our field at Big Oaks or in Murphy or Swain, wherever. We're excited to play, and I hope hope to show up and play well.
What matchups are you looking at as we get into the X's and O's of this game against Murphy?
Murphy's a really good football team. They throw the ball well. They run the ball well. They're good up front. So phase-wise, you've got to be clean in all phases. We've got to clean up penalties. I feel like our line has made a lot of strides in the last few weeks. I feel like that was a big difference Friday night for us against Swain. Their line was huge, and they were good. And as the game went on, we felt like we kind of wore them down up front and took advantage of that in the second half. And so up front's definitely going to be a battle. Turnovers and penalties, we've got to clean the penalties up. I think we had 14 penalties, 136 yards Friday night. That's insane. That's way too many. I'm not saying anything about the officials. Most of them we committed, but we've got to clean that up. And it was timely too. It was on a first down, 2 different times inside the 30 and once inside the 20. Stalled out drives on good opportunities to score and put the game away in the second half, and we did not. We got penalties and got behind the sticks. So we got to clean that up.
So Friday night, you were able to, be an adaptive football team. You want to run the ball with Isaac and keep that Robbinsville ground and pound, but you were able to spread things out and get things going through the air.
Yeah, so Swain was in a 5-man front, and like I said, their front 5 was huge. They were big. They dwarfed us, but we were able to run it enough to stay effective, but we really got the passing game opened up right before the half. I think we had the ball with like 1:08 left and was able to get a touchdown. Luke threw a beautiful fade route to Eli Lambert with like 10 seconds left in the half. Cam made a great catch right before that, and he got lit up, but proud of him, that kid getting up and coming back in the game after the half. But that showed us going up to the half, hey, we got the passing game if we need it. But what we had to do, we had to start throwing it on first and second down. And that's not always easy to do, but I got full confidence in these kids. Our short passing game was an extension of our running game, and Luke Lovin did a great job. I think he ended up 19 of 28 for 200 yards, a touchdown, interception I think he threw, and that was one got behind the sticks and threw one in the end zone one time. But I think we had 141 rushing, 17 total first downs. We ran 75 offensive plays to their 46, that's a good number for us. That means we're controlling the ball, controlling the game, we felt like. Swain County's a dang good football team. They're a really good football team. that was a game that you hated. Like, I don't hate that they lost, but you hate to see a team and they like lose because it was just a classic Smoky Mountain Conference, battle, and that's what it was, and it came down the last seconds, and so it was a good night at the Big Oaks.
You guys played very well. You talked about statistically how you changed the game, moved things around, but also you talked about Cam Allison coming back into the football game. You guys showed a lot of fight and a lot of toughness, and that's one of the things when we talked about preseason that you wanted to be able to hang your hat on as a coach was the toughness and the mental fortitude of your football team.
Yeah, and they're definitely getting there. And it's one of those things where they like each. They are really one big family. I mean, they hang out. I have to run them out of the field house half the time so I can go home. I put the team room in there. They want to stay there and play the videos and video games and stuff with each other after practice sometimes, which is good. And when you have that accountability with each other, you don't want to let your teammates down. So that it's a little easier to be tough, and that's kind of where we wanted to get to, and we feel like we're getting there. Our seniors are doing a great job leading. Got some sophomores leading, juniors, everybody's doing their role. But we want to hang our hat on at the end of the day being tough, and we've battled through adversity in several different games, come back and won Friday, down 13-0 at one point with 1 minute left in the second half right there. And but these kids they may be down, but they're not out. They're going to fight and they're going to scrap. Great group of young men. Very proud of them.
Well, Friday night, you guys are, I think the last 20 meetings between Robbinsville and Murphy, it's 10-10, all knotted up at 500. So I know you want your community support to come out and pack that place.
Yes, our fans were fantastic Friday night. Probably the biggest crowd we've had since a couple years ago in the Mount Airy Regional Final game. And it paid dividends. It was huge for our kids. And the louder we are, the better we are. And I know whenever at the end of the game, whenever we were getting ready, I'd let the clock bleed down to 3 seconds, and I took my headset off that whole drive just so I could gather my thoughts, and I could hear people back there, run a play, I call a timeout. And I only had one timeout left, so I was going to get it down in 3 seconds to kick a field goal. And it was just one of those things. It was funny, though.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you Friday night in Murphy. Go Knights.
Absolutely. Go Knights.